Hey guys, welcome back. This will be PvP Showcase number 12, and this is the multi-weapons build. So, Tony, do you want to give away a little bit about the build, if you know enough about the build?
Well, I mean, for once, this wasn't me recording and editing for like the first time ever for a video. However, I did watch him play this, and the build is fucking awesome. This is probably one of the more skill-based builds that we've made. You know, generally we'll make like one skill-based build, and then something broke as shit to kind of break it up a little bit. Just
to break the flow. We don't want you guys thinking we're serious.
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
No, we're casual.
But this build is essentially, it just has like a whole, there's like 4 or 5 different weapons, and it really shows off just how fucking great the great bows are. Yeah, like one of the things I like to do with the great bow is that the first shot I take, the fact that usually the first few shots I take, I'll delay it by about half a second to a second, so that then I can pretty much bring the bow out. Their timing's going to be off for me to just give them the actual as quick as it possibly can. Catches quite a few people off guard. Of course, there's a few variations of the build, like using the Watcher's Shield and of course the stamina regen shields, but it's really just all about being super aggressive. Like you'll see here, I'm unrelenting, I just keep going. The backstep attacks with the scimitar are retardedly good. This is the Red Rust scimitar. It's a raw Red Rust scimitar, so you can use your resins. A very good reason for that is because if people use Great Magic Barrier, you're using a raw Red Rust scimitar with a resin, so it can't do less damage than it was going to do. Yeah. But an infused weapon can do a lot less damage than it was going to do. At least you still keep the high physical damage part of the weapon. Plus the moveset is
and the
really
parries.
Great.
And the parries. That wasn't even with a small shield, that was with a rose shield as well.
Yeah.
Just the parries are mental.
Personally, I preferred seeing the rose shield because the extra stamina regen along with a moss, along with the Clarante ring, just leads for retarded amounts of stamina regen.
This guy gets absolutely destroyed here. Like, look at him try to run away. He's probably going to use his heal miracle, but no. Great bow's too OP for you, mate.
The good thing about the great bows is that they fire really quickly.
I think I parry this guy as well.
Yeah, you did a lot of parries.
Yeah, like, see, this is the build where I just go balls to the wall and I'm like, fuck it, try everything once, see what happens. But there is a guy who uses the Blue Rakumo, who I just parry like when he uses a run attack. I think it is him.
The Blue Rakumo.
Yeah, it's the reskinned Murakumo is the Blue Rakumo.
The cool thing is, because you can use destructive great arrows, it means that if anyone is using like a Havel build or whatever, you can just destroy all their equipment.
And that's the timing, by the way, for the great bow at point blank. Wait until they're coming out of the roll and then fire it. Like, draw the bow, they will roll. And if they roll to it, as soon as they come out the roll, let go and you'll hit them every time if they're rolling like towards you. If they're rolling across the screen, you might not get them.
As long as the latency isn't awful.
Yeah. But the build is hyper aggressive. You want to keep the pressure on constantly. Like the reason for using like the Red Rust scimitar, of course, with the offhand katana, like they've both got amazing running attacks. They're both low stamina usage. The moveset's different enough that it works. And of course, I've got the katana infused with dark. It's a dark chaos blade, even after the patch. Nothing changed. This build didn't change after the patch at all. Yeah. It was still just as good. The katana's got a damage buff. You take more damage from the chaos blade, which you don't even notice with this build. It's got such a good early game, and that heavy chain with the scimitar took away 2/3 of his health. Like, try to parry me. Look at him with his mad casual monastery parry scimitar.
Plus the rolling attacks for the scimitar are so fast.
Yeah, that rolling attack is amazing. Like, that's the one-handed one. That rolling attack, you can put that in any angle and it will hit. It hits 360 degrees. Like, if you roll past them, you can pull the, like right there, you can pull the rolling attack behind you and then you'll still hit them. The same with the heavy. The follow-up to the heavy, the second swing is a spinning chop. That hits every angle as well. This guy just gets unlucky. But if you're going to use dual whips, then you better use jesters. That was just for laughs. But you'll notice that I mainly use the Red Rust scimitar for like the entire fight, and I use the katana to finish them off because it's got ridiculously good hitboxes, and the running attack has good range.
Yeah, plus the tracking on the katana means that if they get close, then you can just keep swinging and
there you go. There's the Blue Rakumo parry I was talking about. You can parry the Murakumo. Loads of people, like, you can't parry the two-handed. You can't parry any Murakumo two-handed, but you can parry the one-handed.
Can you not?
No. See, two-handed heavy weapons can't be parried. Like, vertical swings from like clubs and stuff like that can't be parried.
Is this an actual thing?
Yeah, you can't parry some weapons in the game.
The more you know.
Yeah, some attacks you can't parry. I was going for it again there, but he delayed it enough that...
Weirdly enough, the defense for this build is surprisingly decent, even though the armor set was comprised entirely for fashion souls.
Yeah, the armor set is beautiful. Like, you'll see it at the end of the video when it's not got like the red glow, but it's the thief mask, the Watcher's chest piece. I believe it was Lucatiel's leggings.
Possibly.
I think it was Lucatiel's leggings, and the gauntlets were whatever gauntlets you want, really. I think we're using the monastery long gloves because they're just ridiculously light.
Yeah, the monastery set it's probably got the highest weight to defense.
For any of the gauntlets. Yeah. It really is amazing. You get them off of those sickle wielding guys in the Lost Bastille, like the big mummy pyromancer guys. This great swords are too easy to parry, guys. Like, you can't do that with a great sword anymore. I tried to get Mrs. to do that, just as a little fuck you twice, but there you go. Katana hitbox is OP. Really, for this build, the tactics are, as I said, keep up the aggression and constantly switch weapon as well. Like, the change up in speed between the red rust and the katana is really good, and of course pulling that great bow out whenever you go on the retreat and picking them off is...
A lot of people don't seem to know how to deal with the great bow.
No, the great bow is actually very difficult because the only way to properly deal with a great bow is to walk up to someone with your shield raised and just wait until they fire the great bow off your shield and then hit them, because the second you move to hit them, they'll fire the great bow. The second you hit them, they'll still fire it, so you're going to get hit with it unless they strike first. Unlucky.
Just there. I mean, that's how
as soon as they get out the roll. I'm fairly sure I finished this guy off with offhand throwing knives, just in case. I'm not going to waste I'm not going to try and hit them with a great bow when they've got like a throwing knife's worth of health left.
So this guy's using an interesting weapon combination.
Yeah, this guy's using I'm sure this guy is using a dual scimitars. I don't think it's red rust, but I'm sure I'd still beat shit out of him anyway. Yeah, the timing was a little bit off. I was like, if I delay it by maybe a second, that'll work, but there you go.
Again, this is one of those builds that seems to be, you need to be good to get the most out of it, because you need to get your weapon change times down for the great bow. You really need to get them down. Yeah, you need to get used as well. Like, I'm using 3 weapons in the right hand. The weapon setup I've got is weapon 1 is the scimitar, weapon 2 is a +10 dagger, and weapon 3 is a chaos blade. So like the reason being that the dagger's there instead of the chaos blade behind the scimitar is that I use the scimitar for most of the fight and the chaos blades for finishing people off. If I parry someone, more than likely I'll be using the scimitar, which means I hit right once to switch to the dagger for a riposte. And I know someone's going to complain about being a mad noob with a dagger riposte, but I'm sorry for wanting to maximise my damage output when I'm not using casts or anything like that. You can't blame me for using a dagger to riposte a Havel. Like, it's the only way to beat them now. But yeah. Another thing to mention though is something did kind of get hit with the patch. Basically, now you can't stun lock as well with the scimitar anymore. No, you can still get a 4-hit stun lock. Really? You can still go light, light, heavy, heavy and get the stun lock. You can also go running attack, heavy, heavy. Run attack hits twice. So that's hit 2 really successive quick hits on the run attack, and then 2 high damage heavy attacks like this. If I had stamina, I would have been able to follow that up with 2 heavies. But it's just such an all-round good moveset. The reason why it's raw, by the way, is that this build is as minimum stats as it can get. The raw red rust scimitar does about 5 more damage than the regular +10 with these stats. So yeah, that's another reason to use the great bow. It's just so funny. And there you go. Using every weapon you've got, the scimitar, the katana, dagger, the great bow, the throwing knives, everything. I'm using magic resin on the red rust because that does magic damage. Fire on the bow. The magic resin does magic damage? No, I'm explaining this out in terms of covering all my bases. So the magic red rust to do magic damage, the magic resin to add magic damage to the red rust, the fire bow for fire damage, the dark katana for dark damage, and I've got lightning arms for lightning damage, so it's just come ahead. I cover all the bases with this build, and plus it's just really quick, really low stamina usage, and it's just hard for them to get away from it, and I'm sure I absolutely destroy this guy. This is the guy where you get the run attack off. No, just wait, just chaos blade off. Yeah, I hit him with one of everything. It's great. You get him with a great bow, and then this happens, and then the dagger comes out,
and the effects take hold. Boom, and here's the build stats. There you go, guys. So really good build, 35 health, 34 stamina, and 33 vitality. Of course, I've went through the weapons: scimitar, dagger, chaos blade. Feel free to use any other weapons you like. This just suits my playstyle a lot because I'm fast and, like, you know, getting really aggressive. Once again, the armor set, yeah, it was Lucatiel's trousers.
And monastery, yeah.
Yep. Third dragon ring, royal soldier's ring to get us under 40%, a little bit more health and stamina from the dragon ring. Of course, Chloranthy ring and ring of blades to give the scimitar an extra 50.
You've also
the
got
great
the
bow more
adaptability
damage
up high as well.
Yes, the adaptability is set at 38 because I'm not using attunement. It means that I have to go to 38 adaptability to get 110 agility. But you can work this build at 32 adaptability and go with the 105 agility stat, and it still works fine.
Personally, I like to go with the 110.
The 110 is to maximise, like, I will not get hit this at all.
Okay, so that's the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed that. If you want to see the last video, then click the left box and that will take you to Turtle Goat. And if you want to see the next video, then click right and you'll see what that is when it's uploaded.
Yep.
Please like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps us out.
Of course, our Skype and our PSN are at the top, Facebook and Twitter are at the bottom. You can also find us on Twitch. We've been streaming 3 days in a row. We've streamed for basically.
It's been a lot of fun.
It's been a lot of fun.
You really should check out if we're streaming next time. A lot of people really liked it. Obviously, you know, it's not for everyone.
The feedback's great, but the feedback is amazing.
Yeah, we've had a lot of positive feedback.
The best thing to do if you're interested in the stream is we put a video up an hour before we stream and then a video up when we do stream, or we also put it up on Facebook and Twitter as well. So just get a hold of us on something, follow us on something, and you'll easily know when we're streaming. And then just drop by and say hello. We do also now, if you want, just direct your attention to it, we now also have a donation link if you want. Just saying. Basically, we've put it on Twitch because, you know, we don't do anything. We don't get anything from Twitch. This is like mainly interact with you guys. If you guys want to do something for us that buys a pizza, then I'm not going to say no.
Yeah.
Tony was begging for pizza last night. But anyway, guys, we'll let you go, and I suppose we'll see you in the next video.
The next video is a good one.
Yeah, enjoy, guys. Thanks. Bye.